Good evening, students. Hope you are doing well. And today we are going to learn about some introduction to HTML and its component of web. So let's start. So first thing we are going to look about the components of web, right? So components of webs are web page, website, web browser, web server, URL, that is Uniform Resource Locator, HTTP and HTML. So let's learn one by one in detail. So the very first thing we are going to learn about is web page. So what is web page? Web page is a simple text file created using HTML. For example, I need to search something on Google. अगर मुझे Google पे कुछ search करना है, so what I need to do, I just need to text something on that browser and automatically information comes in front of me. So that is web page. And when we see more option over there, right? Most of the options are there. For example, here let's see how we are going to do. Wait a second, the page is getting loaded. Okay, so I am searching something like matter in our surrounding class 9 series, something I am searching on my web page. I clicked. So these are the results given by web page. Okay, so when I click on this, click on this, so it will take me towards the new page, and that new page we call it as website, right? Website, where we get lots of text, images, audios, videos, example, anything. Now let's learn about what is web browser. Web browser is nothing but a server where we are going to search our information. Let's say I am searching my information on Microsoft Word. So my web browser is Microsoft Word. We use Google, Microsoft Teams, we use Google, Microsoft Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, etc. Firefox. Web server is nothing but where all the information of what we are going to search is stored. For example, I searched over a matter in our surrounding class 9 CBSE. So it gives most of the information here, right? Related to that, means this kind of information are already stored in the server. If I search for it, so it will give me according to that. Look. So this is how it works. So web server means where all the applications and data is stored in our computer or somewhere in the server. Now let's learn about what is URL, Uniform Resource Locator. It is an address of web page. Very simple. Let me explain with an example. Here I am www.google.co.in, right? This is an URL where if I click on it, it will directly take me to the page. Got it? So this, we can say this is also an URL where we can copy and paste, and in our web page, so we directly locate to that page only without wasting our time. Next, learn about HTTP. What is HTTP? HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Is a protocol used by www for client server communication. Here the main keyword is client server. For say I am a client and that my browser is a server, and we are communicating with each other, right? The way I did here, I give some information to this, like I want to say Google. So from client side I search Google, and that server give me the information related to that. So it is a client side server communication. And the last component of web is HTML, which stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Enables you to write code for a web page. All the web pages in website are linked with one another with the help of hypertext link. So HTML help us to create a code for a web page where we can design our web page and we can link that web page to the another also. So these are the components of HTML for web. So let's look about the introduction to HTML5. What is introduction to HTML5? Let's look. HTML is a standard language for developing and creating interactive website introduced by the Tim Berners-Lee. So who introduced HTML5? That is Tim Berners-Lee, which help us HTML help us to develop, where we can develop our new web page by our own and we can make it creative and interactive, so it will be user friendly. HTML documents are created in any text editor, right? For say here I uses Notepad, right? So any text editor we can write the code over there and simply run that code, which help us to make our HTML codes or web pages, and we can simply run it. So we will see later on how we are going to write that code. Basic structure. So the very important thing we need to learn in HTML is basic structure. So what are the structure of HTML and its attributes? So let's learn with the help of this example. So whenever we are going to write code in any text editor, we first need to start our code with HTML with anchor. So what is anchor? This is, let me draw. Yeah, brackets. This brackets is known as anchor, and in that brackets we need to write HTML. Then after that we need to write head HTML. After that we need to write head, and in head we need to write title. And once we are done with the title, we need to close that title over there only, and after that we need to close head. So head includes only title. Once we're done with our head part, we need to open body. In body we need to give the background color of our web page, whatever we want to do. So for that we use BG color. We will look all this thing in our next video, but first learn what are the basic structures of it and what are attributes. So attribute is used to make our web page interactive and creative. So for that it will be very understandable. For let's say here I search Google, right? So when I clicked on it, on the first thing, so this is giving some interactive image, right? The Google written over here, the infrastructure, here we need to type something over here, right? Here we can see Gmail, images and sign in options. This is how we make our web page interactive. So for that we need to use attributes, and once we're done with that, close the body, and it is very necessary and important to close the HTML tags. So this is the basic structure of it. Let's look the classification of HTML tag. The classification of HTML tags are categorized into two types, which is container tags and empty tags. What are container tags? Container tags, just in simple English word, what does container means? Container means which having something in it, right? Container means which having something in it. So in container tag we need to write something in it. As we see here head we open and we closed over here. So in that we need to write something. So head, whenever we open head, we need to open title. It is not compulsory, but to make it understandable we need to write title, and in title we write your website. So we will very soon look at it how it's going to work. So container tag will be always in pad. Very important point. Container tag is always in pad. Look at over here, head we open and here we close. Title we open over here and here we close. HTML we open here, and at the end we can see, we close HTML tag, right? So container tag has to be in pad and something in it. And we can see over here the difference between two heads. The very first one which we open and the last one which we end. Whenever we are going to end the tag, we need to use slash. Did you see slash over here? So we need to end our tag with slash. Then when the next tag is empty tag. The next tag is empty tag. Empty tags has only one tag, which is open tag. There is no end tag in it. For example, BR tag. BR stands for break. BR stands for break. Very soon we are going to see how it going to work. So just remember that BR is an empty tag. Let's learn basic structure of HTML in our next video. Thank you.